Welcome to the show and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be yapping about how to make music while trying to aim for a certain scene or a certain effect that will grasp the audience. Before we hop right into the yammering, what exactly makes a piece feel the way that it does? The answer? Everything about it, from tempo to vocals to the instruments that are being used. The piece will rely on every single bit to get a point across. For example, it'll be different if I pluck these versus if I blow into these. So not only do varying instruments help the audience respond to a piece, it also brings the personality to the piece. It's the very basis. And that is pretty much it. In this video, we're going to walk through what exactly about an instrument or what exactly about a tempo, what feelings that can bring to you, the audience, the listeners. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. This video was made in the interest of Lucid, a instrumental short film that will be coming out early summer to midsummer. The date is not currently set because I am making it here in my room. This is my studio. It starts off in a night market where I want to give it a mysterious feeling, so I will be using the minor scale. Why the minor scale? Why not the major scale? The minor scale is actually associated with feelings of mystery, melancholy, just overall a more mellow type of feeling. It's not usually represented in more happy songs, so of course it is possible for the minor scale to be in happier songs, but just right off the get-go, that's what the minor scale is known for. That is why I'll be using it. But I can't just use the minor scale because that won't be enough. Because on its own, it's just a scale. So I'm going to accompany it with a fast tempo and several instruments to indicate the busy and fast environment that comes in a market. People are going around, they're trying to buy everything, and somewhere in the middle of that piece, I'm gonna put in a legato. Legato is slower paced. It means slow. It means that I want to put in legato to represent the more slow buyers. They're browsing through. I don't want that. They look at here, a little bit over there. And these two melodies will clash together. And hopefully the feeling that comes out of it, busy song with several personalities in it that will indicate the many different people that you will find in a market. And then, wachow, desert. I hope to put with a gong along with cymbals. I hope to do a boom, pew, to sort of start off a new rhythm. This will hopefully give me a cleaner transition than just switching the pace, switching the tempo, switching the key, which just might not sound as clean. So it's just a style choice that I want to do that I will hopefully be able to achieve. The desert. I want to feel one of those old movies with, like, there's a rodeo going on, there are cowboys everywhere. I want it to feel like that. So I'm gonna play country music. Because I was given a very good piece of advice by one of my favorite artists. And they said a good warm-up is to make music that you don't necessarily enjoy. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. But since I do want to have fun, and I do sort of want this short film to be a warm-up for me to get myself accustomed to animating, music making, voice acting, all of that, I'm gonna take his advice on this one. And I have a guitar, and I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna throw some swing in there just to liven up the pace, make it a bit fun. I want to use the claves, sound like they're horses. For those who don't know what the claves are, these are the claves. And I'm gonna set my microphone down because these can be very loud. The claves can be very helpful. I want to throw them on in there just to have a bit of fun with them. And hopefully this will liven up the pace, keep a steady tempo, and then gong, crash, flower field. The flower field. I want this to feel as airy and as light as possible. I do not want any harsh noises other than the beginning with the gong and the end with the gong. I want this piece to feel peaceful. I want it to feel whimsical, uplifting, joyful. So in order to get this airy feeling that I want, I am going to use percussion instruments. Use instruments that have a clear pause after you use them, such as this. Going to use the claves in this one, but as you can see, they're good for tempo keeping, but again, they can be very loud, so I'm going to tone them down a bit by making the sound closer to my hand. The further away from the point that you're holding the instrument, the louder it will be. I don't want to lose the melody behind all of these instruments though, so what I will do is I'll have a drum build-up that will increasingly get faster as it goes on, because I want it to feel like you're on the floor, you're flying, you're starting to fly, and then you go off. And I will also drone the violin in the background, and I will tune it down using my music software so that I can still have the piece that I want without it sounding choppy. Because I don't want choppy, I want it to flow, but I don't want the notes to blend into each other. I want each note to be its own separate thing, but I also want it to feel as airy as possible, so I don't want to get too many string instruments involved. We'll be using the major key. The major key is more associated with joy, happiness, hope. And by golly, I want this to feel hopeful. So boom, crash, and we're on top of a building. Now this will be either the last scene or the second to last scene. What I will be doing for this, because this is currently where the film ends. I can add on more in the future, if I so wish, but I'm expecting to end here. I want the same rhythm from the last time to carry on, still use these instruments, but I want to take bits and pieces from every single song and place it into this one. The character is on the very top of a building. There are creatures all around. There's plant life. It is very alive, and the clouds are just barely in reach. I want to add the violin playing a legato tune in the background, again in major key. I want the night market instruments to come back. I want the guitar to stay, and I will use the instruments that I used in the aforementioned to get the same feel. I will keep the claves, but not for the flower field scene, for the desert scene. I want to incorporate the sound of running horses. I know it sounds odd, running horses on a building. Bear with me. It'll sound very nice. So that's just about it. That is what I'm going to do. I really do hope that this video has helped. Something I would like to start doing is adding a summary at the end of my videos. So stay tuned to the end for that one. But before we reach that part, I want to get into, if you are a rising composer, what apps do you want to use? One that I use, if you want to work with a synthesizer, is Medley. This is not sponsored. I like the app. Medley is an app that you can find on the App Store. It does have a paid membership if you wish, but you can use it for free with limited instruments or synths. It fully sets you up for everything you need. You can add your own audios if you so wish. So for a short period of time, I did play my violin, upload the audio, and then put it behind the synth, and that worked very well. So if you want to work more with synthesizers, you can download Medley. Or if you want to use physical instruments, but you don't have the time or resources to hunt down all of the instruments you need, Flat.io is a wonderful choice for you. Again, not sponsored, just like the app. It can be found on any application store as well as on the web. So this one is a bit easier to find. You don't need to download unless you are on the App Store, of course. Of course, there are many other apps out there. There are apps if you want to loop. There are apps if you want to get more into DJing. So find those. Leave a comment down below if you find them. Help a fellow artist out. So what, if anything, do we learn? Well, we learned that there are several different ways that you can compel an audience to feel a certain way about your piece, or maybe resonate with your piece more, based on things like what instruments you use, how fast or slow the tempo is, what notes you put and whether or not you displace a note in the rhythm. Try mixing around with the rhythm. It will really help your piece, if not help you find new ideas for another one. Experiment. It's really all fun and games, and I know it's something to be enjoyed by everybody. It is the foundation, I believe, of human language. We have played music for as long as we could have, and it is a beautiful thing to do, and it's a beautiful thing to learn. So I hope that if you are not already a musician, this has piqued your interest a little bit. Things like instruments can be found in every corner of the world. I found this in a night market. I found this in the middle of nowhere, Yogaville. I found my claves in a small instrument store. I found my guitar in a professional string store. I got my violin from a similar place. It is everywhere. Every single instrument that I have in my room has been sourced from a different place each and every time without fail. Would I go back to buy certain things? Yeah, of course I would. But as of now, all the instruments I have been sourced from different things, different places, different areas of the world. If you want to get into music, the time is now. It's an amazing thing to do. I highly recommend it. So, I guess with that, I let you go. Goodbye, farewell. I hope this was a lovely video for you. If you want to see more content like this, animations, stay updated on Lucid, you can hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, the like button. Heck, smash that notification bell. And drop a comment how you felt. If you know any more softwares, animation softwares, art softwares, anything really. What else do YouTubers really say? Yeah. But oh wait, before you go, I have one cool thing to show you every video. Whether I make the video using animation, whether I make the video in this little censored format thing I got going on. But I have one cool thing to show you every single video. And my first cool thing to show you is one of the ball joint dolls from my ball joint doll collection. She's very pretty. I love her so much. She's a deer centaur thing. Isn't that cool? She has a star belt. She's awesome, and she sits right in front of me. So, those late night drawing sessions, she's there. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your week, day, month, and until next time, music is everywhere. Have fun.